Prime Video's hit streaming show The Boys follows what happens when superheroes, who are as popular as celebrities, and Vought International, the company that manufactures them, abuse their power instead of using it for good, turning the superhero genre on its head. Based on the best-selling comic by Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson, the streaming series was developed by Ennis fan Eric Kripke and Seth Rogen. As the show follows a vigilante group called The Boys on their mission to expose the Supes for what they are, and their repeated slides into the same moral gray areas that they're fighting against, it also serves up some striking parallels to the real world. Perhaps the most accurate way to describe the show is this. It is a wild ride. From the start, The Boys has packed so many ups and downs and twists and turns into its 8-episode seasons that I invariably end up feeling dizzy afterward. In a good way. Anyone who loves roller coasters knows this feeling. But the best thing about The Boys is that once the adrenaline rush has subsided, it makes you think. Your brain ends up working overtime after watching an episode, trying to make sense of each character's evolution, trying to suss out the show's unapologetic real-life parallels. Where is the story going? What's it trying to say? I love getting to the end of an episode and having questions like these rolling around in my brain, keeping me awake. But if it just made me think, I probably wouldn't have been bouncing in anticipation for each new season. I think for a living as a psychologist, and then try to make other people think as a professor. So sometimes I just want to sit back and be entertained. One of the teaser trailers for the 3rd season of The Boys was set to Imagine Dragons, the lyrics asking repeatedly, "Is this entertaining?" Well, the answer is a resounding yes. I laughed, I was sad, I was horrified. I had to turn away a few times when it was too much. I scratched my head with the hypothesis slowly forming, and then sometimes triumphantly fist-bumped being right, and sometimes gasped out loud being wrong. I came to the show in its 1st season via Supernatural. Eric Kripke, the showrunner behind The Boys, was also the creator of Supernatural and its showrunner for the first 5 years. He changed my life with that show, and I will basically watch anything he puts his creative touch to, at least long enough to give it a chance. Was I ever glad I did that with The Boys? From the very first episode, I was intrigued. And then I was hooked. As a writer, I covered The Boys from the start, and my discussions with Kripke and the cast made it clear just how thoughtful they were about the show. I knew other journalists and psychologists and fans who were watching were, too. We all wanted to compare notes and go deeper into what makes this show tick. And that's how this book came to be.